Hello, I'm Dana Cowley. You're watching Charter Local Edition Northwest. Today we're in Yakima and we're talking with the mayor of Yakima, MICAH CAWLEY. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, sometimes we have to talk about the difficult things, the pros and cons of being a mayor, but today it's all happy talk because we can just talk about the funding of the swimming pools and the soccer fields.
Yeah, it's been a good year for the city of Yakima. We've been struggling with trying to reinvest in our infrastructure, and most recently last year paving a ton of roads in town that were in need of that. And as you've seen the city council over the last few years really take a look at capital investment and getting serious. We had a number of years in 2006 and before then that parks were being shut down, pools were being closed, and things were going the opposite direction than what they needed to for a growing community like ours. And identifying a few good partners like the YMCA and trying to team up with them has really given us a model to pursue a swimming pool that would be new for the community and be able to serve a different aspect than currently has without taking Franklin or Lyons at this point, our two existing pools, off the table.
Well, and that still helps with drawing people in for tourism, too, when you have new infrastructure like that.
Yeah, I think if you're looking for a job here or you're passing through and there's something for you to do, and then, of course, the neighborhoods that it surrounds would be very important. We're still trying to place exact location of where it would go, but putting, millions of dollars on the table and saying, let's team up, has really shown us some benefits. And, of course, there's a ton of things you could do, and we have a list that we had to narrow it down to.
Well, tell us, depending on what your options are, how would this be funded, please?
Well, we need to bond a lot of our existing revenue to get that lump sum of money to pay for funding a pool, and the YMCA would then handle a lot of the operation and maintenance. We could take care of a lot of the capital. And I think that's where you get into trouble as a government when you're trying to do it all. When you have a good partner like the YMCA and they already serve a population of children and families, then this makes it kind of that good partnership. So we'd bond the money out and spend it and build that infrastructure, then pay it off over the course of time.
Okay. Reflect back on 2014. What did you see as your biggest challenges and the biggest accomplishments for the city? Sure.
We've been fighting crime, as you know. There's been a few interesting cases here in town that were high profile in the region, and the fact that it's down 20% this year, that homicides are down, that things are moving in the right direction there is very exciting. Our new police chief and police department, giving them the tools and resources they need, that's been a big accomplishment for us. Really setting the course for the next 5, 6, 7 years is we've been doing so many things. It's just interesting to think about is looking at an incubator, a small business incubator, which would in essence set up maybe a permanent farmer's market year-round that could be indoor-outdoor, similar to Pike's Place but on a smaller scale.
That would be nice.
Or Wenatchee has one. I mean, you name it, we've been working on it. Downtown, we're trying to program events into there, and the downtown plaza, which has been somewhat, people use the word controversial, but with the parking lot in downtown, that's something that is being looked at to convert to a plaza where you'd gather in front of the Capitol Theater, and that's been challenging for our community to kind of work through that. But Catherine Gustafson, who's from the area, put together a world-class design. The City Council really liked it. Had workshops in the community. People are really starting to kind of see this younger generation in Yakima come up and want things to do here. And with wineries and craft brewing, Tieton Cider Works, there have been a lot of things that moving forward are going to really push Yakima into that next generation of young business people and consumers for downtown.
Well, you have a great location, beautiful weather, wonderful people, so it's certainly a place people would want to be, and so that springs us into what goals you have for 2015.
Yeah, a lot of things on the horizon. Soccer fields, we didn't touch on those a little bit, but we've had a lot of tournaments in town, and sports has been big in Yakima for years, whether it's volleyball at the Sundome, basketball, and soccer has really grown exponentially in Yakima in the past few years, and we're finding the existing facilities aren't keeping up with the pace and volume that we need them to. So looking out west at possibly soccer fields, and again a public-private partnership that the city puts $1 million on the table and says we'll help build and fund if you can maintain and operate, and I think that's where we're really going to have some success, and with that you'll see more hotels come and more tourism and just a lot of different things that could happen. So in the next few years, I think you're going to see the pool pursued, the soccer fields pursued, and this downtown plaza pursued.
All right. Well, Micah, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. So good to see you again. And thank you for watching. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cawley.